Awesome. So thank you everyone who's joined live. We've got a couple on live, which is wonderful. But we also have a lot that have requested a recording. So you've registered. So this is your recording for you guys. Now we have come together and we have pre-recorded a few different videos so we can share why we love the TM6. And of course, Kelly and Sarah, you guys can share as well. And our guests, Rusty, Betty, and Jenny. Feel free to share what you love as well. First of all, we're going to have a look at what our team leaders have prepared for us. And as we have questions, please you feel free to ask them as we go along or pop them in the chat. Now, for anyone watching, please go back to your consultant or the person who invited you to watch this recording and ask them for any further questions, or if you want a personalized session of your own. Now, as we know, the TM7 has been launched in February this year. And I'm going to spotlight Sarah for a moment because in the background, there's the TM7 that is coming. Pre-sales have started. But this session tonight is all about our beloved TM6 while it is still here. Now let's go back to me. There we go. Our TM6 that I've got in my beautiful kitchen just there is still here with us, and we have absolutely loved it. And it's here till the 2nd of June while stocks last. So you got to get in quick so you can grab the bargains and the bonuses and the offers that are on now. So if you want further info about exactly what that is, please go back to your consultant. We will be looking at that a bit tonight as well. And for anyone who would love to join us as a consultant, so you guys that are on live tonight or someone watching the recording, if you wanted to be a consultant, we can get you that information as well and help you to learn how you could earn yourself a TM7 and have fun with our community. So without further ado, I'm going to hand over to Kimberly, who's going to join us. Now, Kimberly's a team leader and she lives on the York Peninsula, and she's going to share with us one of her favorite things that she makes all the time. Now, let's see if everything works well for us. Let's have a look. That looks like it. Alrighty, so we're trying something new, haven't done this before. Let's see how we go with our pre-recording. Going to make this a little bigger and let's hear.
Hey guys, so recently I was asked.
I will press share sound though, didn't press that. Just for a better experience, I will share sound as well. There we go. Let's go again. Hello, Kimberly.
What is one of my favourite things about the TM6? And that's a really, really hard question because there's so many great things about the TM6. But one thing that comes to mind pretty quickly is the thicken mode. I use the thicken mode quite regularly, whether it be for custards or curds, bechamel, any of those sorts of things. And my most cooked recipe probably, if you went through my Cookidoo stats, is the cheese bechamel sauce, and that uses the thickening mode actually in that recipe. So I'm going to make that for you now and just show you how easy it is. So yeah, cheese bechamel sauce for the TM6. You can actually come down and check out what's in that recipe, but also you can change the serving size. So I'm going to do the 600 gram lot, but you can increase this up to 1100. So you can change the serving size in here, and that will just change the ingredients. But I'm going to do the 600 version and just apply that. Now, I use this sauce for so many different things. I'll get cooking now. What I'm going to be using it for today is to do a cauliflower and broccoli bake. So, which is probably a weekly staple in our house. If we have a roast or, you know, looking for something else to have as a side, that's quite popular because the boys love it. So I'm going to start that one now. So 50 to 70 grams of cheese to taste. So I've just got some tasty cheese here in ice cube size blocks, and I'll weigh that in a little bit over, but that's okay. We're going to pop the lid on and the measuring cup. 5 seconds on speed 7. So we'll just grate that cheese up quickly. The power of the blades makes that really short work. There you go. We have got our grated cheese. Just tear that off. Now we need 40 grams of butter. So the beauty of the the sauces and that is I don't have to make a roux, so I don't have to cook the butter and the flour prior. There we go. 40 grams of butter, 500 grams of milk. Now you could use different, if you wanted to use it like a non-dairy milk, you could do that as well. I've done, almond milk for a custard. Works beautifully, makes it dairy free. 500, spot on. 40 grams of plain flour. So I guess if you wanted to make it gluten-free, you'd use a gluten-free flour, should be okay. Half a teaspoon of salt. Or 1/4 to 1/2, I'll just give a, there we go. And a pinch of black pepper. So I've just got some, some milled down pepper already. Give it a couple. You could use white pepper or whatever you want in there. It does say a pinch of nutmeg. I don't normally worry about that though, so I'll skip that. Now I'm just going to place the lid, place the simmering basket on top, and you'll see it comes up with the thicken mode. So we've got 100 degrees, the thicken mode, it says turn speed selected to start. As I start it, it's going to set the time to cook. So it's set for 12 minutes. That's going to cook down, it's going to stir it, heat it, mix it, and it's going to come out beautiful and smooth. So we'll have a look at that when that comes out shortly. Okay, so we have just finished cooking our bechamel sauce using the thicken mode. And here it is now. It's beautiful, smooth, no lumps. So we'll just pop that in. What I'm going to use it for is my cauliflower and broccoli bake, which I previously used my Varoma. Just pop the lid there. You can use your lid as a drip tray, and steamed that just for about 20 minutes on Varoma speed 2. Leave a few little gaps so the steam can come up, and I'll just pop that into my tray and shuffle them around. Then I will, using the lower part of my jug handle, pour that over the top. You could use this sauce for a lot of things. I use it for this, making a broccoli and cheese bake. I use it for topping my lasagna to make for the bechamel sauce for the lasagna. Or even if I do like a pasta bake and you want to put a bit of a cheese top on as well, this is quite a good one. I've used it for making mac and cheese. So rather than buying a packet mac and cheese with all the who knows what is in it, you make this sauce. I increase the cheese, and I'll use different kinds of cheese. So you can put in a couple of different kinds of cheese, or like a stronger cheese or whatever, and then cook some pasta and stir that through. And that's another handy way to use this sauce. When you are using the thicken mode, you don't have to follow the recipe as such. You can use the thicken mode manually as well. I'll just finish this recipe, but if we swipe over, you've got your modes here, and you've got your thicken mode in there. So if you've got your own recipe for a white sauce or a curd or a custard, you can literally throw your ingredients in, and depending if you're thickening with eggs, you'll cook it at 80 degrees, or if you're cooking with flour like we did today, it will cook at 100, and you just change that, pop everything in, put the lid on, turn it on, and it will just make you the smoothest sauce that you can, without that effort of having to stand there and stir and whisk and all that sort of stuff. So that would probably have to be one of my most used and loved modes on the TM6. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Any questions on Kimberly's presentation, Sarah? Was there something in the chat box? No. What do you think, guys? Have you used thicken mode before? Has anyone from our guests, have you used thicken mode?
No,
No? Are you inspired to use thicken mode now?
absolutely.
I think Kimberly did a wonderful job. So that just looks absolutely delicious. And as she said, you can use it with all different types of things, but we can see she's used the Varoma there to steam the vegetables, and then use the thicken mode in the Thermomix. I also
Just,
saw, sorry,
I've
you
got
go.
one question. Like how long do you know to put your veggies in the Varoma for?
Yeah, great question. And like Kimberly said, around 20 minutes, if if you've got a lot of veggies, around 20 minutes, especially if you've got potatoes. But if you've got lighter veggies like the broccoli and you're not doing as much, sometimes 15 minutes is ample as well. So a bit of a play around, and also pop around 500 grams of water. That will give you a good 20 minutes of or more of steaming. But if you need to steam for an hour, say you've got chicken up the top, a big whole chicken, you will need to put a good liter or more of water so that you've got enough for steaming. But for any more steaming tips, I would contact your consultant. Have you got a consultant, Rusty? You're in contact with
Yeah,
one?
I've got one that's in a caravan, Mel Hornby.
Oh, great, Mel. So yeah, she'll definitely love to help you. And we can do personalized demos for you, and learn more about your modes and more about the steaming as well.
Thank you.
Awesome. So thicken mode was the first one we have seen. Next up, we're going to fly over from York Peninsula over to the Eyre Peninsula, and we're going to see Morgan McDonald and hear a bit more about high heat mode. So let's do that now.
Hi everybody. What is my favourite mode on the TM6? Let's have a look. For me, coming from the TM5, I was a TM5 owner, it's got to be the high heat. Now, high heat, you won't find by swiping across on your TM6 to find the mode as such. So let's have a look at how you'll find that. Go into your Cookidoo. For me, it's saved in My Recipes and Saved Collections. For you, go into your Cookidoo account. Instead of searching for a recipe, up the top left, I think it is, if you're using the app on your phone, you'll search Collections and you're going to find the high heat. So we've got high heat basics meat and seafood, or high heat basics onions, or there's a high heat for vegetables as well. And let's have a look at how awesome this is. So right now I've got some chicken, and what I love about this is if you live rural and your shops aren't open on the weekend like mine are, but you have raw chicken in your fridge, you can cook that really fast, and I'm going to show you how. So you search here, we're going to do sauteed chicken cubes. Alrighty, let's take a look. We can have a look at the whole recipe. Now it says here, place oil and garlic or onion into mixing bowl and heat 2 minutes, 30 seconds, 100. I don't do that. I just go to step 2 straight away. It brings up my scales. I'm just going to put in the 20 grams of olive oil. Remember, our TM6, the scales are 1 gram increments. So good. TM5's 5 gram increments can make a big difference to certain recipes I've found. Now, I don't want to get raw chicken hands, so I'm just going to use a spoon. 250 grams of, my chicken is just cut up in, funnily enough, chunks or cubes. So we're just going to pop in about 250 grams. And there we go. Spot on. That doesn't happen often. We go next. We're going to pop in a little bit of salt. Oh, probably a little bit too much there, Morgs. And a little bit of pepper. Just to give it a little bit of flavour. Now, when we use high heat, we want to make sure our chicken is spread evenly around the blades. Okay, so it gives it that even cook. And it tells us that on the screen. Okay, we're going to take our measuring cup off. And when we click next, it says to place our splash guard over the mixing bowl. Done. And because it's guided cooking, 7 minutes, it's going to get to max temperature. We just need to turn the dial to start our high heat. So this is our high heat symbol. And I want you to take note, right now our lights are green. They're going to turn red pretty quick because, as I said, it gets hot and fast. And that chicken's going to be cooked in just 7 minutes with this high heat. The video is going to block out the sound, but that's already sizzling. And already starting to... So this is, it's got to be one of my favourite features coming from a TM5. Not sure if you can hear the sizzle. There we go, our lights have gone red. It's sizzling away. And how easy was that? In that time, I can be off doing other mum life jobs. It truly is a game changer. Our chicken is done. Now I just like to tip out some of those juices down the sink. Don't want to dirty anything else, so I just do it like that.
And you can see the caramelizing there, but what I wanted to point out is that if you don't want to discard the cooking juices, I've found it works really well anyway. So you can choose which way you want to do it when you cook your high heat. Let's keep watching Morg's tips.
This, oops, without losing the chicken. Look at that, browning on the bottom. And now I want to show you how we can shred our cube chicken. So we pop our measuring cup back on, lid on, and we're going to finish off that. And we're just going to go reverse blade. So we click on the blade to get in reverse, and we're just going to go speed 4. And watch this, it's 1, 2, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and we have cooked shredded chicken. Perfect for sandwiches, pizzas, wraps. You can season it however you like. It is so, so easy. I hope you love high heat as well.
Awesome. We're going to see some more high heat next with Rebecca Browning from the Adelaide Hills. But for our viewers and our live participants, have you used the high heat and heard the sizzle yet in your TM6?
Nope.
Oh, I'm glad you're learning lots already. Our team leaders have done a great job so far, haven't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, reach out to your consultant, Rusty, I think you said was Mel Hornby. She would love to teach you more. I'm sure you've not had your Thermomix for that long, and you can learn more. I do know that I used to steam chicken and then shred it. That's how we used to always do it until I more recently learned how much more delicious it is in the TM6 with the high heat, with that caramelizing that we saw on the bottom of the bowl, that goes through, and some of the chicken has the browning on it still. It was so much more tasty doing the high heat chicken and shredding it for, I use it in wraps, so much more tasty than when we used to steam the chicken and shred it. So I highly recommend checking out those collections.
Does it matter if you use breasts or thighs, which is the best?
Thigh will be more succulent, but you can try it with breast as well. Sarah or Kelly, do you have any other suggestions to that question? Being that I'm the mostly vegetarian, but I do eat some chicken, and I have tasted it's much more flavoursome, and I leave all the cooking juices in, and I find that it kind of keeps moist, and I love doing it with the garlic at the beginning. It's just so delicious. Sarah, I think thigh is a recommendation, but you could do it
Or,
with
yeah,
breast.
so if we're going to do anything like an Asian meal or a curry or something, I use thigh, but if we're shredding, it's the breast.
The breast, okay.
Yeah, it does seem to, it comes like just, I think because the breast is kind of in layers, you know, when you're normally sort of cooking it, it can often shred as well. So yeah, the breast does shred easier if you want to do like your shredded chicken for a salad and things like that. But if you want to do normal cooking, I just normally use thigh.
Yeah,
Like
awesome.
Chinese style chicken and things like that, it's always just thigh.
Thigh. Yeah, awesome. Okay, let's go and have a look at some more high heat cooking, and we'll learn some more from Rebecca Browning.
Okay, I want to share with you my favourite TM6 recipe. So this recipe, I probably cook the most out of anything I ever cook. I love with the TM6 that you don't have to make an entire meal in it every single night for it to be helpful at dinner time. And this is a side that I make all the time. I'm doing the broccoli sauteed recipe, TM6 high heat version. Yeah, so we make this weekly, sometimes 2 or 3 times a week. It's a great side to go with everything. Everyone here loves it. So I'm going to get started. Now, I haven't put this in my weekly planner. We cook this so often. I just go to the 3 lines there, go to recently cooked, and it's always near the top of the list. And I just can restart the recipe. So that's a recipe there, sauteed broccoli saute, TM6 metric. Start cooking, 30 grams of water. So the beginning of this recipe actually steams the broccoli for a little bit. Only needs a tiny bit of water. Pop simmering basket in. Pop some broccoli in there. This is a whole head. Yeah, it says 340 grams, that's 315 grams, that'll be fine. Press broccoli down with a spatula, don't really need to do that. Insert measuring cup. Right, so that's going to be 4 minutes of aroma, spoon speed. And then we'll come back when that's done. Alrighty. So that's nicely steamed the broccoli there. Now it's nice and bright green. I'm going to use the notch on my spatula to remove the simmering basket from the bowl. Pop that there. Discard any remaining water, there's not much left. Place the reserved broccoli. It's a nice bright green steamed there. I've got some sliced garlic here, just some fresh garlic, nicely sliced. About 3 cloves there. Some olive oil. Some chili flakes, not too much. And some salt. Measure cup out, pop on the splash guard, which of course I don't have ready. Found it. So
this is going to stop any hot oil from splashing up out of the top, but it's still going to allow the steam to escape. And then we've got 7 minutes in high heat, so just turn the dial and then it's on. In 7 minutes we'll come back and that's going to be ready to go, ready as a side for whatever you're having with your dinner. Just wanted to bring you in closer to hear the high heat sizzle. Don't know if you can hear it.
Oh,
Hey all, so my favourite.
okay. I thought there was a little bit more. But that hopefully I've remembered to add in all of Beck's video there. But that looked quick and easy. What did you think about the high heat, ladies, with the veggies as well?
Sounds yummy.
Yeah, and her family loves it. Broccoli is very popular tonight with our team leaders. It's one of my favorites as well, both the one that Kimberly did and Beck. So that is quick and easy there. And I was going to say, Rusty, you had a question about steaming. Also in your cookbook, there is information about steaming different things in there as well. So have a look there. I believe it's in the front of the cookbook, isn't it, Sarah? At the I'm getting confused now between the 5 and the 6. One's in the front, one's in the back. In the front?
Steaming guide at the back.
In the back. In the
Yeah.
back. Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
great,
With all
thanks.
the model changes, I'm now confusing myself. Thanks, Sarah. Alrighty, now we're going to jump over and learn a little bit about Caitlin's favourite dish. Now, Caitlin is from up near Gladstone in rural South Australia. So all of our team leaders are rural South Australia, and Caitlin has just started her journey as a team leader. So it's great to hear from her, and she's going to be talking about slow cooking in the TM6. So it's another feature that you can learn about with your Thermomixes and have a go. Now, Caitlin's audio didn't work 100%, but just bear with us just for a couple of minutes.
Mode in the TM6 currently is the slow cooker setting. I love that I can just pop it on, very similar to a slow cooker, go about my day and know that tea's going to be cooked on the table ready for tea time. So I'm just going to pop on a silver side for tea tonight. What I'm going to do is go over to a slow cooker mode here. So currently the TM6 have this and the TM5 doesn't. You can also still do slow cooker setting, but you have to do it manually in the TM5. Yeah, so it's just giving me a warning about putting the simmer basket on top while cooking. I'm just going to put my hot water in here like so. You can also put a blade cover on in the thing. I do not put a blade cover on over when I'm doing my silver stuff because it actually just sits on top anyway. So we want to make sure the water is not above the max line there, so I'll just fill that up. I'm just going to chuck my onions in. I will also just chuck a little bit of celery for some flavour and a little bit of lemon and pepper spices. So that there is in my dish. I am then just going to pop the lid on, and this is a varoma bowl that I'm going to pop all my vegetables in. That is going to be steamed while the silver side is cooking as well. So I'm just going to pop that on top there. I have pre-cut all my vegetables, so I'm just going to place them straight into the varoma bowl, and then I'm just going to make a little hole to allow, make sure all the steam is going to come through and cover all those vegetables. So it's just best to pop a little hole in there, and then we're just going to turn it on, and that will just slowly stir for the next 8 hours. So I'll be able to just get my silver side out, cut it all up, and my vegetables are already done that I can just have on the side. So Once this is all cooked, I will drop my potatoes that I've got in here steaming and my sweet potato and drop them down in here and make a mashed potato. And then I will also make a gravy with some of the leftover juices from down here. Hopefully this has helped you out a lot, and I really do love this setting. I feel like this is probably a mode that a lot of people don't use. It is amazing because, like I said, you just pop it on in the morning like a normal slow cooker and it cooks it for you.
Hi everyone, Jamie Peake from Port Lincoln here. Just wanting to share my favourite things about the TM6. We've all been reminiscing this week about our favourite things and why we all love our TM6. And first thing I thought about instantly was the honeycomb and the sugar stages. And I thought about showcasing that, but then I had a really good think, and even though I love it and I love the high heat and the sugar stages, it's not something that I use every day. So what I do use every day is Cookidoo, and the upgrades to Cookidoo at the moment and the changes between models is one of the main reasons why I did upgrade from my TM5 originally. So the fact that I can now instantly import recipes from Recipe Community instead of having to use screenshots on my phone or open up Recipe Community on the web and my phone constantly locking, those kind of things. I can now simply press a button in Recipe Community and click add to Cookidoo, and that will then turn it into a created guided recipe on my TM6. That has already been a huge time saver for me. The fact that I'm not having to have my phone and then my phone locking, having to unlock it, find the screen, do the manual cooking has been a huge help for me. And as I said, was one of the main reasons why I upgraded. I wanted to be able to do that. I also really love the meal planning and shopping list functions. I use them constantly as well. We're all in a climate where we're needing to save as much money as we can. So I try and do as much meal planning as I can through Cookidoo on the app, and then that comes up on my machine for me. I can then add all the ingredients straight to my shopping cart. I can then amend my shopping cart if I need to, and then simply send that shopping cart to Woolies for click and collect or delivery. I don't even have to leave my home to get my groceries. That in itself is also such a huge difference for me with my young family and saving time and money. I can see what's on special. I can target those specials. I'm not walking in and getting those last few things off the shelf. I'm saving money and time that way. It's an absolutely incredible machine. Cookidoo is next level. The access that we have to all those recipes is so great. We can play around with the filters, we can tag gluten-free, we can tag dairy-free, we can amend the meal sizes if we need to. We can now create notes in our recipes. So say, for example, you ate a recipe, it had too much vinegar or something in it for your tastes. You can simply go onto the app, add a note and say, reduce vinegar by 10 grams or something. That will then save for you each time you make that recipe, so that you can go straight into it, open it up and be like, oh, that's right, I didn't like all the vinegar, it's much better without it. Something like that makes it really cool. You can also create your own recipes and import recipes. So my number one recipe that I use is actually Play-Doh. I make that much Play-Doh for my kids and for friends of kids. I am constantly making Play-Doh, saving so much money. It lasts so much longer and it's absolutely beautiful. The texture of it that comes out of the Thermomix is just amazing. You can add your own essential oils. You can add different colors, different textures. It's so good, and I love that. I love that I can make that guided. It's mindless, just still telling me next, skip, weighs everything for me, and I don't even have to think about it. That is huge. So if you are not using Cookidoo to its full potential, or you have an older machine and you don't know what I'm talking about, please reach out, because we are all too happy to help with Cookidoo, and it is well and truly value for money with that one. $89 for a year is an absolute bargain, and I absolutely love it. I love the TM6 and everything it's bought me, and I can't wait to continue using it.
Awesome. Thank you, Jamie, as well. And Jamie lives on the Eyre Peninsula in Port Lincoln as well. And Jamie touched on some great points about Cookidoo and the benefits. Have our viewers been using Cookidoo and some of the
Yeah,
features? Yeah.
yeah.
What have you been using most in Cookidoo in terms of the features, Rusty?
I just like all the different recipes, and it makes it easy to follow.
Yeah.
I even used the slow cooker for the first time yesterday and did a what do you call it, corned beef, and it's better than using a slow cooker as in itself.
Oh, fantastic. What great feedback. So you did corned beef slow cook version. That's
Yep.
awesome. Oh, well done. So that's great. I was going to stop and ask, had anyone used the slow cooker, but it went on straight too fast for me. It went on to Jamie. But yeah, the slow cook, lots of beautiful recipes there that we can use, and we can slow cook for up to 8 hours. On the TM6, on the TM5, would have to reset it every 90 minutes, I think it was. So yeah, and um you can just type in slow cook or type in anything we're wanting to see on Cookidoo, and we'll have a look at that together next and have a look at Cookidoo. But right now we've got this slide up, so let's talk to this one. For those that might be watching, or some of you guys that are on live, I know you have a TM6, but if you know somebody who you think really should get a TM6 as well and enjoy that corned beef and enjoy those dishes that you've been doing, please let them know about our trade up offer that is on right now, and the very, very, very last day is the 2nd of June, but we do recommend they do it as soon as they can. We do have while stocks last. Now they can trade up other items, so this is the first time ever that we are allowing discount for other items in the kitchen or other Thermomixes. Oh, I wonder if I can play this one. I thought it was just a picture. Why don't we give it a whirl? Is it going to be anything for us? Nope, that's okay. Oh, that was part of Canva. No worries. So with the trade up, we do. Oh, now we're having fun together. With the trade up, we do get the discount depending on what item you've got. We just need to check what value it is, and we can either get a couple of discounts. You still get some bonus gifts for all of our favorite accessories worth 921. So let's look at what that looks like. That'll be on the next page, which is coming. There we go. Let's pause there. So the goodies that come with the Thermomix, the TM6 at the moment. So you can let your friends know that they're going to get, whether they trade up or whether they get this bonus, the biggest bonus bundle ever. Whichever they go, it is around about this, very similar. Let's have a look. So we are going to be able to get a glider board. That's going to be make it handy to move your Thermomix around the bench and protect your scales and move it easily. Now with our biggest bundle ever, you do get an extra year of Cookidoo. So that's why this one is worth $1,000 extra. If you are choosing to trade up either a previous model Thermomix or one of those items that you might have in the cupboard, we just don't get the extra Cookidoo, but we get everything else. So we get our favorite accessories, which of course is our extra bowl set, making cooking faster and easier to be able to switch between two bowls when you need to. We also get the cutter attachment. So that is great for your traditional grating of salads, grating of cheese, and also slicing. So potato bake, zucchinis, slicing your carrots and your cucumbers for salads, and even for doing pickling and fermented vegetables. So the cutter has been hugely popular in the last couple of years. So you get our glider board, you get the cutter, an extra bowl. You also get the spiralizer. So that's going to make like these veggie noodles like this man's holding here, or another type of spiral cut, which has been popular with like potato on a stick, which has been very popular. You do get the spiralizer free as well, and that fits into the cutter. And you get your blade cover peeler, which is what you'll use often for the slow cook feature, or for peeling your root vegetables and garlic. It kind of rubs it off. That's all our favorite accessories. You get them for free with the TM6 right now. So guys, anyone who's watching, if you are keen to share this offer with someone else, let them know, and you could get either a host reward if you do a demo, online demo, or a quick one in person, or you can get $100 mix shop voucher, $100 referral voucher. So if you think someone needs to have fun in the kitchen some more and needs to have a TM6, let them know that they can get our biggest bundle ever with $1,000 extra, or they can trade up an item. Let's have a look at the next screen. I might make it a bit clearer. So they can trade up, and your consultant can give you the fine print. They can get $100 off of a brand new TM6 with a minor appliance, or they can get $380 off of a brand new TM6 if they have a major appliance. And if they've got a previous model Thermomix, it doesn't have to be working even. They can get $680 off, and they still get that big bundle, the $921 version. So not with the Cookidoo year bonus, but they can still get all of our favorites. But if they don't have anything they want to trade up, they will be able to access it for the regular price of $2,579, and they will get $1,000 worth of our favorite accessories. So if you're watching back and you are thinking you might like to go for the TM6, this is our best option ever. So got to get in quick. Ask your consultant for a purchasing link. If you're not sure if you want the TM6, or do you want to consider the TM7, the TM7 is coming as well, and on Monday night coming up, Monday the 26th, at 7:30, so the same time as this one, or similar time as this one, we actually have a session where we will be showcasing the TM6 again, and we will also be using the TM7. So if you're someone who's like, I don't know if I want all the best accessories and the tried and tested Thermomix that everyone has loved for the last 5.5 years, or do I want the, little known sort of new looking TM7 that, we don't know what that's going to bring for us in the future? Do I want that new one, or do I want the current model, the TM6? So if you're not sure, then you need to contact your consultant, because, they can tell you more. And they might be able to show you the TM7 as well if you're deciding. But we will have a virtual session on Monday night. After we have our training weekend with our consultants this weekend, we will know a lot more about the TM7, and we'll show you. Let's see if we've got anything else at the end. And we'll look at Cookidoo together as well. But here, if you would like to have a go at earning yourself a TM7, the next model that's coming, we do have business info sessions, and you can earn yourself TM7. You'll have full training and support to get you there, and you can have a go at earning it, or getting it at a discounted price. And yeah, we've got new people joining us every day to earn themselves a TM7. So if you'd like to know more about that, reach out to your consultant as well. I think that is the end of this little video that we've put together. So there's a couple of things there that we saw together. But what we can do is chat a bit more and look at Cookidoo as well. Just one sec. No, that one. We saw that one. Okay. No worries. Um, Sarah or Kelly, did you have anything to add, or does anyone have any questions? We can look at together. No, no questions?
I have a question about the go back to high heat, how you said about the collections.
Yes.
I sort of, yeah, I do have some collections downloaded. It's just getting into them easily. That's right.
Okay. How to
I
find
couldn't
the
see that the broccoli was actually in the high heat vegetable
let's have a
thing.
look.
You can get it is on Cookidoo as such, the soy
Yeah.
broccoli.
Yeah.
Just
And
wondering how that all works.
yeah, let's have a look.
The collections, yeah.
Morgan was telling us when we hit the search button, over here on the left-hand side, you can search via recipes, which is
Oh,
default, or you can search by collections
oh
here.
yeah. Oh, that's it.
And
And
what
then
I've put into the chat is the link to the high heat vegetable, high heat as well, to the high heat collection.
thank you, Sarah. Awesome. And that will take you there. So we got collections. These are the basics. So yeah, you can jump in and hit save on your app, and then that will save into the
Yeah.
TM6. Yeah,
Okay.
there are main meals that will incorporate high heat as well. So I'd love to share with you one of my favorite dishes with the TM6. And I'll show you that in 1 second. But Jenny, to answer your question, how do I find them on my TM6? On your TM6 in the menu, so the three dots on the left-hand side, you'll be able to click on My Recipes, and in there will live all of your saved collections and
Yeah.
your saved and your recipe lists that you've created, like your folders.
Yeah. Yeah.
They will all live in there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I have seen that actually, but I was
Awesome.
sort of just wondering about that high heat.
Yeah, that search thing. Yeah. No
Yeah.
worry. Thanks
Thank
for your
you.
question. I'm
Ah,
gonna I'm gonna share one of our favorite ones, and Sarah will probably know this. That it's one of my favorites. Is the Merg Makhani, the butter chicken. When I had younger kids, I would never go for this dish because of the total time. I went for the one that had the total time of 45 minutes, and that was like the kid-friendly butter chicken. But to be honest, this one I think is the most flavoursome in Cookidoo. So this quickly became our favourite dish in more recent years, and I love it because it does incorporate a couple of the modes in the TM6. You can do this recipe in the previous models, but I love how we do have the high heat that we do on the onion and the seeds that are already. Actually, you pour the seeds out, you make your little spice mix, and then you put in your ghee or your butter, your onion, and you're doing a high heat. You're adding everything else for the sauce, the butter chicken sauce, and then you're going to blend it together with the blend mode in the TM6. I just love that sauce, and you actually cook the chicken in the grill, but the sauce is absolutely incredible. It'll make almost a full bowl, and it's super creamy. So, if you guys want to try my favorite recipe, I'm going to say that this is the one for me. And you can do your egg boiler mode, which is very popular. We almost had egg boiler mode in this session tonight, but it's so popular with everybody. Egg boiler, if you want to add some boiled eggs or some cooked veggies and make it with more veggies and eggs, it makes a lot of sauce. It's a thick, creamy, delicious sauce. And you can make your own paste. Where is it? Tandoori paste. So you can make your own and do that beforehand so you can save yourself time, because that will make about 6 or 7 batches of the paste. We freeze it, and then it's good to go to make it an easier dish. So we pre-make the paste, and we also pre-do the spice mix sometimes, which means you're literally just doing a sauce, which is pretty quick. and then you are cooking the chicken in the grill. So you can make this into a quicker meal with a little bit of prep, but that's my favorite dish. Thank you so much, everyone, for jumping on. Do we have any other questions?
No, none from me. Thanks, Jessica.
You're most welcome. And for the people that are watching at home, I will go for another 3 minutes and share with you our business info session here, because a lot of people are curious. So you can create your business your way, how you want to, and you will get training and support from your local team leader. And as you heard tonight, we've team leaders all over the place, so we can support you. So go to your consultant who invited you and ask for more info as well, or let them know that you want to go ahead. We have people doing traditional demos, we have people doing social media, and we have people doing online demos, or a combination of everything. So you can do it your way, and we love to reward our consultants. So we do that in all different ways, like monthly commission, mix shop commissions of 15%. When we inspire others to join, we get a once-off payment, and we do get a payment if we become a team leader. We get a management fee, which is based on the performance of your team. So there are different ways of earning income with Thermomix. So if you love cooking, you love your Thermomix, you can give it a go and see if you enjoy being a consultant. Here is our commission structure. So if we're selling one Thermomix in the calendar month, we earn $255. If you're selling 3 Thermomixes in your calendar month, so that might be 3 demos a month. When you become more experienced, you will likely make 3 sales, because you'll be inspiring people to also have fun with the Thermomix and save time, save money with a Thermomix. You will be paid $365 per machine, so you will get $1,095 for that month. But if you're doing 10 demos a month and you're selling 10 Thermomixes, your commission will go higher. So we can let you know more if you are interested. But you also get rewarded during your startup period. So when you make your first sale, you start building your business kit. So you get your apron, and you get a special bag that will carry your TM7, because we do need to be demonstrating TM7 from the 3rd of June. You'll also get your name badge as well. We get you your thermo server, so you'll be able to keep your food piping hot, and that happens with your 3rd sale during your startup period, your 60-day program. So we give you full training and support. We match you up with a team leader so that you can be supported to reach your goals, and we teach you how to make bookings and hit the ground running, so that then when your 60 days starts, then you can showcase the Thermomix some more and reach your goals. Now, we also reward you with travel incentives. So this year, many of us are going to Fiji. Not many, a portion. A portion of people are going to Fiji, which is exciting. And that's going to be in September. So each year we have that opportunity as well. But for those that do want to give it a go, and look at this as a TM7, it is there. And so we can earn one with no deposit. So you can get your TM7 with no deposit. And once your 60 days start, so once you've done your training and you've figured out who you're going to show the Thermomix, you might have already started showing some friends. Your 60 days will then officially start, and then every sale will reduce the cost. The 6 sales, it becomes free. Some people have already bought a TM7 or pre-sale of a TM7, so you can come along with your own TM7 as well. That's fine. And then we got earn 6. So each sale you make in your 60-day program, after you've done your training, you start up, each sale will reduce the cost. So at the 3rd sale, you know it's almost half price, and then each sale, the 5th sale, if you make 5 sales, you've just going to pay $3.99 for your TM7. The 6 sales is you're going to pay nothing. So that's great. If you happen to not make any sales, so you might, you know, it might not be for you, that will be fine. You're basically delaying the payment of your TM7 by, 2 to 3 months, depending on how long you set aside for your training. So we do have up to 30 days for you to get trained and get ready. So you can delay, that will be a delay in payment. So then at the end, you will pay $2,649. But either way, you're going to be learning more. That's what we find all the time is people learn more by being a consultant. And as I said before, we've got
Each consultant's story is different, and you'll
have a support team for you. And if you would like to hear more about what it's like to be a consultant, we can send you that video. But I would love everybody to, contact your consultant if you'd like to go further. We can send you the T's and C's and we can get you started right away and figure out your training program, training schedule, and your start date. And we would get your TM7 on your bench straight away. When you sign up, they are going to be, not straight away, they will be dispatched after the 3rd of June. So that's for anyone who is watching who might want to lean towards that way and earn themselves a Thermomix. So that it was that little bit there. Any other questions? Because we've just come to the hour now. Any other questions, ladies?
Not from me, thanks.
Oh, thank you for coming live, and thank you, Sarah and Kelly, for joining. As I said, if you would like to learn more about your TM6, please book in your demo now. We are able to demo the TM6 until the 2nd of June. After that, we can still help you with your TM6. However, we will bring along the TM7 with us. So we'll teach you how to use your TM6 while we're there. But we will be demonstrating on the 7 because we can only demonstrate on the model that's currently available. So from the 3rd of June, that will be the 7. But we are still here and we still love our TM6, as you could see tonight. Sarah, what's your favorite mode or function or recipe on the TM6?
I think I actually answered this on Kimberly's page last night. I think I put, so non-recipe modes would be like just using the scales. I don't have to get other scales off the shelf and so forth. Scales, blend, because I make my smoothies all the time. Thicken, so I put in my 50 grams of gravy powder, Gravox, whatever I'm doing. Then the water, a little bit of red wine maybe. And if I'm doing like a roast, put the juices in there as well. Chuck it on thicken mode. Within like 8 to 10 minutes, it's made your gravy perfectly. What else do I like that is not a recipe mode? And what butter, like if you want to do like your potato bake, things like that. So you kind of get in the habit of using them, the modes that you don't always need a recipe. You sort of get the same, like what Kimberly did with the cauliflower and the broccoli. It's very similar to the cauliflower gratin. So I did that last night as well. But again, you just make the sauce, chuck it on thicken mode, pour it over your veggies that you steamed, go from there. My favorite recipe modes would be, again, high heat. It brings out the flavor, the caramelization, and like if you want to do burger night or hot dog night, I put the onions in there, caramelize the onions, and then put them on top with your sauce. That's quite good too. But yeah, there you go.
Beautiful. I love it. Thanks for sharing. There are so many modes that we didn't cover. And I just remembered rice cooker mode. That one, if I'm cooking rice in the TM6, comes up beautifully in the steamer basket. I love that with veggies on top at the same time. But if I want to make a flavored rice with garlic and chili and lemongrass and I don't know, sultanas, it depends what you put in. There's actually rice cooker mode, and that I really love that. I think it's so clever because you can do high heat, then you can set rice cooker mode, and you got beautiful flavored rices. So I would definitely recommend that as well. And if you need help, jump onto our Facebook page. Sarah, if you can grab that one. And for anyone watching the recording, we have a Facebook page called Central Connection Community Hub. Search up there and I'll pop in some of my favorite rice cooker mode recipes in there. And please continue the conversation in our Facebook page if you would like as well. And we will, yeah, we've got upcoming classes, the next one on Monday. So they will all appear in our Facebook page as well, or ask your consultant. They would love to help you. Thanks everyone, and we will see you another time.
Thanks, Jessica.
You're welcome. Thanks for
Great video.
Thanks,
Thank
Jessica.
you.
Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Bye.